would really love, really love.
Madam Joan Amatrading, thank you very much for joining us on Morning Live, and thanks for your time.
My pleasure, Tumi.
As you sit here in your 60s and you look back at the career you've had, what feelings come to you?
It's kind of hard to say in my career. It's just a growing up thing, you know. As you start out as a young person, and as you grow and you learn to accept different things. You know, when you're younger, you question a lot of things, and as you get older, you think, okay, I understand why that's happening now. I've seen it happen before and things like that. In terms of my career, I've just been incredibly lucky, I think. I've been very blessed. I wrote a song called Blessed because that's how I feel. You know, I've been fortunate. I've been given the gift of this talent, and having been given the gift, I felt it was my duty to use it well. So I can write songs, and that's what I do. I know exactly why I'm here. This is why I'm on this earth, is to write songs.
Your relationship with music, how has it changed over the years, especially looking at when you started at the peak of your career and now when you come to the space you're in?
Hasn't changed. Hasn't changed at all. I absolutely love it. As I say, I was born, this is what I was born to do. So I feel just as involved, just as committed, just as passionate, just as kind of eager to see what I can do next as I was when I was 14 when I started to write. Nothing's changed. I tend to write kind of the same thing that I've always written. I write about people and the emotions that people go through, how people communicate with each other. And right from the get-go, that's how I wrote, and that's how I still write. Everything comes to life when you're talking to somebody, and that's why I write about people.
And I'm sure you've spoken to different people in many different ways. I'm sure Joan Amatrading means different things to different people. But I'd like to know, how do you think you've had an impact on the world, especially on women of the world?
That's kind of hard for me to say. I don't know if I'm the right person to answer that question. But I'm hoping that when people, women or men, look at me, that they think if she can do it, I can do it. That's quite a nice thing to think, because my background is, I'm not from a wealthy family. We were a poor family. I wrote a song called Mama Papa, and in that I kind of chronicle my parents coming to England, and there were 7 of us in one room and stuff like that. You know, we had all that kind of stuff going on. But my parents were great parents. They would always say to all of us, all 6 of us, you can do what you want to do. What do you want to do? Do that. You can't really get better than that.
You speak about your songwriting in a very heartwarming manner, and more often than not, we assume that singers are just singers. How has the ability to write your songs, play music, and help produce your work helped you own your music?
I think right from the very, very beginning, I've always considered myself to be a songwriter. So I'm not a singer first, although I sing, I'm a songwriter first. And I think it's that kind of expression, that communication, that thing of wanting to kind of help people, if you like, to express things that they can't maybe find the words themselves. That's what I really enjoy. And then yes, I sing them, and I love singing. I love singing the songs that I've written. But it's that, back to that thing again. It's that communication.
2 songs I need to speak to you about.
Right.
The Weakness in Me.
Right.
For people younger than myself, it's the song that they can identify with, more so because Keisha White did it.
Yes.
How did you feel about her rendition?
I did a very good job, I thought. Very good job. And people also know that song because of 10 Things I Hate About You, because it's in that film. Yeah. No, she did a very good job. And I enjoy people who sing my songs. I enjoy their interpretation. Yeah, they're not all good, but even the bad ones. I tell you, even the bad ones I find interesting.
And I speak for my country, but More Than One Kind of Love is a song people my age and above identify with.
Yes.
How do you feel about the moment you wrote that song? Speak to us about that.
Oh, that song actually was written because of somebody that I know, well, I don't really know them now, I knew them quite well at the time. And they fell in love with this chap, and they had a best friend, and all of a sudden, because they fell in love with this chap, they stopped talking to their best friend. And the best friend was really seriously hurt. It went the way we all thought it would, which was not good. And then she kind of ended up with having lost, because her best friend was so hurt that it was quite hard for her to become, you know, a best friend again. And so she ended up quite a bit kind of lost, because she'd lost this huge love that she'd transferred everything to. And it made me think, you know, which is why I wrote, there's more than one kind of love.